Hi, elementary friends. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hey, we are talking about two guys in the Bible who had a lot of bad things happen to them, and yet they chose joy. You can, I can, we can all choose joy with God. Hey, before we get to that Bible story, stand up and let's worship together.
Sometimes life gets hard. That doesn't mean we should give up. When the going gets tough and I wanna give up, I will trust in you. 'Cause you're always gonna lead, always gonna lead, always gonna lead me through. When I'm feeling overwhelmed and almost wanna quit, I will not give in. 'Cause you're giving me strength, the strength to start again. Singing, everybody, come on, let's keep going. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're never gonna give up, no. Oh, everybody, come on, let's keep moving. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're never gonna give up, no. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. No, never gonna give up, no. When I'm feeling like I can't finish where I started, I will look to you. Jesus showed me how. Jesus showed me how to follow you. Singing, everybody, come on, let's keep going. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're never gonna give up, no. Oh, everybody, come on, let's keep moving. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're never gonna give up, no. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up, no. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up, no. Everybody, come on, let's keep going. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're never gonna give up, no. Oh, everybody, come on, let's keep moving. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're never gonna give up, no. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up, no. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give up, no.
What does a cow use to do math? A calculator. Welcome to Story Lab. This week, we're taking a look at the story of some people who were able to find joy in a very unusual place. Oh, listen to this. What do you get when you cross an angry sheep and a moody cow? An animal in a bad mood.
Was that my Lego castle?
Maybe. Hey guys, welcome to Story Lab. I'm Skylar.
And I'm Sebastian,
This week, we're talking about how we can trust Jesus with all of our emotions.
because he experienced them too.
First emotion to talk about, guilt. I'm so sorry I broke your Lego set.
No worries, it only took me a couple hours.
A couple of hours?
6.
Guilt, crushing, weight of my actions, increasing, filled with regret.
Relax. Building it is only the fun part. After that, it just sits around. And besides, this one was pretty fragile.
What if we use science to build something stronger?
Let's make it.
Today's experiment is called Jell-O Earthquake.
How does it work?
We'll need toothpicks, mini marshmallows, a baking pan, and 1 box of Jell-O.
Jell-O.
No eating. Step 1, get your grown-up to help make Jell-O according to the directions on the package. No eating.
Ooh, fine. So what's next?
Step 2, build some houses. Use toothpicks and marshmallows to create a structure that won't collapse or fall over during an earthquake.
That's it?
Yep, once we build our structures, we'll plop them onto the Jell-O field and put them to the test.
Let's do it. And done.
Interesting choice of shape.
Thank you. I used tapered geometry.
Fancy.
I had to look it up. It's building with a sort of triangle shape.
During an earthquake, buildings twist back and forth. Buildings that are more triangular in shape are able to handle twisting better than buildings that are square.
Let's see how it does. You ready?
Yes.
Oh, too tall.
My turn.
Aw, very fancy.
You see these X's? That's called cross bracing.
When buildings shake, they are placed under pressure. With cross bracing, one diagonal support takes the pressure while the other compresses, redistributing the force of the quake.
Teamwork.
Let's test it out. Rats.
So close.
Maybe we should combine techniques.
I've got the perfect shape. Behold, a pyramid.
Taper geometry, cross bracing, and a wide base to help keep it stable.
Here goes.
It worked!
Thank you for a great experiment.
Thank you for not getting mad at me about the Legos.
Speaking of choices, it's time for...
The story before the story.
Today we're in the book of Acts, which tells the story of the first Jesus followers, including Paul.
Many of the earliest churches were started by the Apostle Paul during a series of epic road trips.
On one road trip, God called Paul and Silas to cross the sea to Macedonia and the city of Philippi.
At the time, Philippi was a busy trade city. People from all backgrounds lived there and worshiped many different gods.
Only a few people worshiped the one true God, but Paul found them and told them about Jesus.
A woman named Lydia invited Paul and Silas into her home, and a brand new church began.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away!
Hey everyone! I'm Jen. Paul and Silas went to Philippi to teach people about the way of Jesus. One day, as Paul and Silas were walking through the streets to their place of prayer, a girl called out,
"These men serve the Most High God. They are telling you how to be saved."
Now, what the girl said was absolutely true, but the girl's story was very sad. She was being controlled by a spirit that was not from God. And to make it even worse, some businessmen were using her to make money for them. For days, this girl followed Paul and Silas.
"These men serve the Most High God. They are telling you how to be saved."
You can imagine that Paul's frustration continued to grow.
"These men serve the Most High God. They are telling you how to be saved. These
In
men..."
the name of Jesus, I command you to come out of her.
Immediately, the spirit left the girl alone. She was completely healed. Amazing news, right? But the men who had been using this girl to make money for them couldn't do it anymore, and they were not celebrating.
Who do you think you are? You just sunk our business.
The men were so angry that they dragged Paul and Silas to the marketplace to face the authorities.
These men are making trouble in our city. Yeah, they're trying to get us to do things that are against Roman law.
The whole crowd joined in, and the city judges called for Paul and Silas to be whipped and thrown in prison.
Welcome to the Macedonian dungeon, boys. One way in, no way out.
Paul and Silas were not only locked into a cell, but chained by their feet. Sleep would not have been easy. In fact, they were wide awake at midnight. If that was me, I probably would have been groaning and complaining and generally throwing a pretty epic pity party. Poor me! But not Paul and Silas. Even though they had every reason to be angry and sad and to lose all hope, they chose to look to Jesus. Right there in that dreary prison cell at midnight, they chose to talk to God and to sing their hearts out.
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul.
Okay, that song was not actually written until about 1800 years later, but you get the point. We know they were singing loudly because all the other prisoners were listening in. But in the midst of this, they all heard something else.
When peace like a river.
A powerful earthquake shook the entire prison. Everyone's chains came loose and the doors flew open. The jailer raced out to see the wide open doors. He knew he would be punished to the limit for allowing the prisoners to go free. The jailer actually pulled out his sword, ready to hurt himself, but Paul stepped forward.
Don't harm yourself. We're all here.
Lights! Bring me some light.
The jailer rushed into the prison and threw himself down before Paul and Silas.
Sirs, what must I do to be saved?
Believe in the Lord Jesus. Then you and everyone living in your house will be saved.
Paul and Silas shared the good news about Jesus, and the jailer took them into his home to take care of their wounds. The jailer and everyone living in his home believed and were filled with joy. And Paul baptized them all. Then they all had a meal together. In the morning, the judges realized they had made a terrible mistake and sent word that Paul and Silas should be released. But Paul and Silas refused to go without an apology.
We weren't given a trial.
And we are Roman citizens.
So the judges came in person to lead Paul and Silas out.
We're really sorry.
Can you just, leave?
Paul and Silas went to Lydia's home and encouraged all the believers to be brave. Then they left Philippi to continue sharing the news of Jesus. Even though Paul and Silas had been treated incredibly unfairly, lied about, hurt, and thrown in prison, they chose to look to God and trust God to give them joy. They knew that even if it doesn't happen right away, God will make everything right in the end, which is the end.
Oof, I don't think a jam session would be my first go-to in jail.
The other prisoners must have thought Paul and Silas were out of their minds.
Until they saw what happened.
That earthquake was an ultimate get-out-of-jail-free ticket, and yet they all stayed.
So, what's our part in the story?
Well, this month we're talking about resilience.
Resilience is getting back up when something gets you down.
And that's really hard to do on your own. But a big part of resilience is trusting God to give you joy. You might have heard this before, but there's a big difference between happiness and joy. It's easy to be happy when everything's going right in your life.
Like getting to celebrate your birthday party at the jump park.
But when hard things happen, being happy just disappears.
Poof!
Joy is something deeper and more real. It's choosing to look to God and trust God no matter what. It's knowing that even if your troubles don't go away right now, God has promised to make everything right in the end for those who follow Jesus.
That means you can choose joy when you're sick and miss your friend's party.
When another kid is mean to you on the playground.
When your teacher disciplines the whole class for goofing off, even though you didn't.
When something hard happens, start by talking to God. Ask God to give you joy.
You can look at the way God has brought you through hard things before.
Stay focused on Jesus and how much He loves you.
It's not always easy to choose joy.
But it's always worth it.
I think you got it. See you next time.
Bye.
So here's the thing. God can help you choose joy.
Whether it's choosing to smile when things get tough.
Or choosing to see a funny side of a bad situation. Speaking of funny, what do you call an earthquake at a dairy farm?
A big move.
Nope, a milkshake.
That's terrible.
Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab.
See you next time.
Do you think we can eat this?
Let's try.
Not bad.
Thanks so much for joining us, friends. We hope to see you right back here next week for more fun.